Good morning. I just got in from my morning walk, and something I was thinking about on my morning walk that I want to speak about is Bitcoin bears right now. This is going to be my opinion on if you are bearish right now in Bitcoin, how brain dead you must be. So we're about to body slam the bears in this video, and I want you to make sure that you do one thing, which is subscribe, please. Because as you subscribe, the algorithm realizes that more people need to hear this message, and the one contribution that you can make beyond anything to help me spread this message and body slam some bears is to subscribe. So please do subscribe. Now, let's talk about being bearish and what it means and what I was taught as a young man coming up in the investing space about how you should actually position yourself bearish. Because what I see in the Bitcoin space and in the crypto Twitter space and all these Twitter nerds is everyone, $1,000 net worthers, the $10 a month DCA gang, everyone, is that they want to be bearish. They just want to tweet bearish. That's not actually being bearish, right? So they'll come out with this stuff like, I'm in cash right now, so therefore I'm bearish. I'm waiting to see what happens in the market, therefore I'm bearish. There is only three positions in the market. One is bullish, the other one is bearish, and the third one is neutral. And what people have done to try and make themselves look smart is because they don't have what it takes to take a position, they have led everyone to believe that holding cash is a position of bearishness. The only true position of bearishness is shorting Bitcoin. And today, if you have been shorting Bitcoin, you've been getting wrecked. So what I want you to do from here on out is anyone who presents themselves as bearish on Bitcoin, I want you to hold their feet to the fire, and I want you to ask for evidence of a short position. I have long positions. I'm not afraid to say it. I'm not afraid to communicate it. I'm not afraid to do this. Imagine if I said to you, I think Bitcoin's going to go up to $200,000 a coin, and I'm sitting in cash. Right? Sounds stupid. So if someone's saying to you, I think Bitcoin's going to go down to $5,000 a coin, and they're sitting in cash, it should sound stupid to you. But because of everyone's inherent need to feel safe and part of something, you're allowing those people to have the bandwidth to say that they're bearish without holding them accountable for their bearish ways. These people are not bearish, they're shit scared. And that's okay. I've had many times in the market where I'm shit scared, and the mentors of mine have had to tell me, you don't have a position, you don't deserve an opinion. Don't talk to me about how bearish you are, show me your portfolio. Show me, that's a Nassim Taleb quote. Show me your portfolio. Show me that you are, show me what you think based on your position. Anyone who tells you that they're in cash and that means they're bearish is just shit scared. That's it. There's nothing else to it, right? They're shit scared. And again, I will reiterate, being shit scared is okay, right? Because especially with an asset like this, which has a compound annual growth rate of 70 to 80%, it's okay to be shit scared. But don't present yourself as an intelligent bear by tweeting out that you're bearish, right? Prove it that you're bearish. Otherwise, you don't deserve an opinion, right? In my world, and again, this is a new world, right? So I came up where my mentors, if they saw me doing something bad, I would get a sit down talking to. That's the world I came up with, right? If nowadays, if you do something bad, you basically get on social media and build an echo chamber about how great what you're doing is. That's not the world I came from, right? There was times where I was wasting so much fucking money. When I first started making money, I was only 16, 17 years old. I started wasting money, taking trips to Monaco from London, pouring just way too much champagne, way too much everything. It's completely stupid. And I had talkings to by men that were much further ahead than me, much older than me, much more wiser than me, telling me to fix up. And that doesn't happen anymore. And one of those moments was I had an opinion about something going on in the economy and the markets and this, that, and the other. And one of my mentors listened to me talk and then turned around and said, your opinion is irrelevant. And I said, what the hell do you mean? Why is my opinion irrelevant? He goes, because you don't have a position in the markets to take advantage of that. So if you truly think and you are truly convicted on the fact that that is going to happen, where is your position? You don't have a position in the markets. You're just shit scared. And that stuck with me forever. So for me, you know, if someone asks me about shitcoins, for example, I can tell you why I love Bitcoin again, but I'm not going to tell you about why that particular shit, I'm not going to delve into why that particular shitcoin is not of interest to me, because I don't have a bearish position on it, right? I'll just tell you why I'm more bullish on Bitcoin and why I have a bullish position on Bitcoin. So the bears right now are shit scared. These are the newsletter readers. These are the people that allow, you know, companies that want to make money selling newsletters to doom and gloom boomers survive. These are these people. They're the $1,000 net worthers and the people who do not have conviction to place a position in the market to back up their thesis. They believe that a neutral position, which is cash, is a bearish position. That's the lie that you get told. That is the lie that you get told. A cash position is neutral. It is not bearish. It is not bullish. It is I don't know what the hell is happening. That's better, right? So if a bear comes out and says, I don't know what's happening, I think Bitcoin may go down or it may go up, but the basis is I don't know what's happening, therefore I'm willing to sit in cash while I wait to figure out what's going on. That's a completely different conversation to, we're going down to $12,000. Show me your fucking short position. Until then, shut up. It's just simple as that. So I want you to start holding their feet to the fire, because we hold the feet to the fire of the bulls. So why can't we hold the bears' feet to the fire as well? At the end of the day, they would not dare short Bitcoin. That's the reality, right? You've got Bitcoin evaporating from exchanges. You've got an ETF coming for approval at any moment. You've got 1.8 million Bitcoin available on exchanges. You've got the DCA army growing stronger and stronger. You've got Bitcoin adoption spreading all around the world. You've got so many bullish tendencies for Bitcoin right now. You've got the ECB saying they're done with interest rate hikes. You've got the Bank of England saying maybe one more and that's about it. You've got the Federal Reserve coming in and saying, well, I think we probably need to pause. You've got higher than ever probabilities that this Wednesday they're going to pause on interest rates. You've got the credit cycles changing. You've got the supply dynamics changing. You've got the halving coming. You've got all these things coming. You've got the ETF coming. You've got all these things coming. So the bears wouldn't fucking dare place a short position. They're doing it to farm engagement. That's all it is. And in the meantime, what happens is some people listen to that BS and they get bearish. By the way, most of these bears are short-term bears. They'll say it themselves, I'm a long-term bull. Same as me. I don't know what's going to happen short-term to Bitcoin. I'm holding for 10 years minimum, right? Ideally forever. But I'm holding for 10 years minimum. And these bears don't know what's going to happen in that 10 years. Most of them are humble enough to say, I think it's going to go up in 10 years, right? If it's going to go up in 10 years, bears, and in the short term you're saying you're being bearish on Bitcoin, then what you're basically saying is that I'm trying to trade this asset. And if you're trying to trade this asset, then you don't understand this asset. If you're trying to trade the hardest asset humanity has ever created with true finality and scarcity, you do not understand this asset. Basically, what I'm saying is any bear on Bitcoin doesn't truly understand the long-term potential of this asset, unless, and I will put a caveat on that, unless they are a trader and they are short-term, they verbalize, I'm short-term bearish, and here is my short position that I've executed in the market. Those are the only bears that I respect. The people who have short-term actual bearish positions in the market. I have friends that have short-term Bitcoin bearish positions in the market. They've shorted Bitcoin because they believe that Bitcoin's going to go down, right? That I can respect. I cannot respect Twitter and YouTube bears that are out here telling everyone that the market's going to crash, everything's going to collapse, the doom and gloom boomers, the $1,000 net worthers, the $10 a month DCA gang that is sitting out here with long positions or cash. I don't respect cash. And I don't think you should either. In my world, with the people that allowed me to become who I am, cash is a bitch position. I don't know if I can say that or not, but cash is a weak position, right? Cash is a weak position. Cash is a lot of people say cash is a strong position. It's strong if you have a plan. If you just don't know what's going on, which is why most retail sits in cash, they're like, I don't know what the hell's going on, right? That's a weak position. And this applies to everything. This applies to real estate, this applies to stocks, this applies to everything. This is not just Bitcoin related. But the Bitcoin bears seem to get more and more famous by being bearish on an asset that their portfolio is actually long on. But they're out here tweeting like nerds about how bearish they are. Don't do that. Like you're ruining people's chances because people are listening to you and thinking that they don't need to get into this asset because people will extrapolate your short-term bearishness for long-term bearishness. And it's not responsible. We need to get people to one Bitcoin. And they can't. Like my parents, the amount of videos my parents send me about short-term bearish news on Bitcoin, it's unbelievable. And that's what we're fighting against. That's what I am trying to fight against. Because those morons, and I know most of them that are on Twitter, have long-term Bitcoin positions. And yet they're coming out saying, I'm short-term bearish. Oh my God, the market's going to go up, putting up fucking, trading view pictures, trying to draw charts and shit. Don't do that. Because this is more important than you gaining a bunch of followers. It's more important to be bullish. Even if I was short-term bearish on Bitcoin, I would never say it. I would never say it. I have a long-term position on Bitcoin. It is bullish as fuck. It is significantly overweighted in my portfolio. And that's where I'm staying for 10 years. I'm not selling it. If the market goes down, it goes down. I'm here for the ride. Not selling it. I've not sold it. I've not sold a single Satoshi since I started buying. So, you have to hold people accountable for the shit that's coming out of their mouth and what they're tweeting. These bears, I want to see short positions. Let's make it a standard now. The question that you immediately ask, and by the way, we're smart enough, right? We're smart enough. We can tell. You don't even need to ask them for evidence of their short position, right? Because I understand some people don't want to share their short positions. You just got to ask the question. You just got to ask the question, and you got to pay attention. So next time you come across one of these bears that is bearish on Bitcoin while we have this lowest amount of exchange supply, an ETF incoming, 75% chance 23, 95% chance in 2024. You've got adoption growing. You've got Bitcoin being recognized by all of the institutions around the world, filing for Bitcoin ETFs and understanding that their clients want exposure. You got adoption growing amongst people because they realize that this system is screwed. You got all of that happening. And this person's out here talking about how bearish they are. I just want you to ask them, hey, whatever your name is, do you have an active short position against Bitcoin? That's it. And if they do, if they say they do, believe them. If they say they don't, believe them. Because that's all we can do at this point. But it's time to start holding people's feet to the fire. And before you turn around and start believing anything that they say, I want you to find out what their portfolio says. Because regardless of what human beings say, regardless of what comes out of our mouths, it's very, very important to know what our portfolio is saying, because the portfolio is the real conversation piece, not what's coming out of their mouth. This is why I hate Bitcoin bears, because all of them are bullish long-term on Bitcoin. And they don't understand the damage that they're doing. And that's what I was thinking about on my walk. And that's why I wanted to share this. And I think it's very, very important to start holding the bears' feet to the fire. And I guarantee you, most of them do not have an active short position against the market, because you got to be a moron to short Bitcoin at this point. You got to be an absolute moron. So, point of this video is to tell you, stop getting distracted by people who have bearish tweets and bearish videos on YouTube. They're not important, because despite all of their bearish news, the $1,000 net worthers, the $10 a month DCA gang, and the doom and gloom boomers, despite all that, there are still only 3 rules to Bitcoin. Step number 1, you buy Bitcoin. Step number 2, shut the fuck up. And step number 3, you get fabulously wealthy.